Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage to stand up for the first time. You may recognize him by name or by face. It's the one and only Albert Flowerpot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, this is my first time doing stand-up. I've been in the media industry for years now, but this is day number one of Albert Flowerpot, the comedian. So, some jokes might work, some jokes might fail. Wah wah. But only time will tell. That's me posing. So, whatever works you brought to the post editing this. So, let's start. Well, a few years ago, I don't know how long ago it was, but I once got rang up, and I got rang up by this lovely lady. Can't remember her name. Biddy Baxter. I think that was it. Was that her? Or am I just misremembering? Because she's the most famous controller of Blue Peter. Well, most famous, and then there was a book about her. I'll just go with that. Right. So, I got a phone call, and they said, "Hello, Albert." And I went, "Hello. We're looking for a brand new Blue Peter presenter." I went, "Yeah, right. Wait, why'd you ring me?" And they went, "Well, we've seen you on the telly, and we want you to audition, because we know that you'll be good at it. But what we want to know is, will you be excellent at it? Because we've seen you do other stuff. Like, obviously, you tried to host Big Break and all that." "What?" "Oh, wait. We've got a psychic, and she said you're going to host Big Break." "What's Big Break?" I said. She didn't know. Anyway, hi, what? Anyway, so I got that. I got to the audition. And I go, "Hello and welcome to Blue Peter. I'm Albert Flowerpot. We're going to make fish." Yes, we're the fish, and we do all that jargon, and you know what our Blue Peter does. And they went, "Right, thank you. We'll give you a call when with any news." And at that point, they really were calling you with any news. Lights died. Anyway, they were calling you with any news, and I was just bowing to the light, and she said, "Thank you," and they were like, "You're welcome." Anyway, so as I'm there, I get home. 4 days later, I get a phone call. I said, "Hello, Albert. Would you be able to come in and do a chemistry read?" I went, "Ooh, that sounds nice. La la la, yay me." So I get in, I walk in, I demonstrate. I walk in, and who's there? It's John Noakes. Well, I realised it was John Noakes. Really? I walked in and went, "Hi, John Craven." And he went, "Hello." And at that point, I had, well, I didn't really know what John Noakes looked like, because I'd only ever seen Blue Peter once youngs back, as in, like, one of his episodes, and I didn't watch it recently, because I forgot that Blue Peter was still on air. My bad. So, I got there and think I think he's John Nettles. I'm not John Nettles at all. That's Bergerac. No. John Craven. And it'd be really awkward if I thought it was John Nettles. Really awkward. Anyway, so I thought it was John Craven. And he led me to believe that's what he was called the entire time, until he went, "Actually, Albert, just before you go, I'm John Noakes." "Oh, no!" I said, in that voice as well. "Oh, no! I'm so sorry, John Noakes. I'm so sorry." but do we get the gig? And he went, no. And I sauntered off. And obviously, I still watch Blue Peter now, but because I called him John Craven, I can't watch Countryfile ever again. I got awful flashbacks every time I sit down to watch this week's Countryfile. That's because I thought about bike. And I tried to a chemistry with him as well. It was even worse. I walk in. I'm like, right, I have it. We know you did this a few years ago, but we're hoping this is your time. So I walk in, and there's Matt Baker. Bearing in mind, I hadn't seen Blue Peter in a year or so. So he'd only just made a point in by the way, so I hadn't got round to watching his lot yet, and I was going to. I heard excellent reviews, and I was going to, but life got the better of me. I get into the audition room. Episode there. I called him Tom Baker. Well, nothing like Tom Baker, but I didn't say anything. I asked him for a cup of tea as well. I know, how bad of me. But obviously, I got the gig. And I presented with Matt Baker on Blue Peter for about a week. And then I got sacked. Now, I only got sacked because I tripped over too many things and broke the set. I was an insurance liability, but it was the best week of my life. The other thing I've done that's the best in my life was I was an extra in Doctor Who before I became a narrator in the current Doctor Who landscape, which is what I am in this series subtitles Doctor Who Earthbound, where I play the Twilight Zone-esque narrator. And so I was a alien cameo in the very back of the shot. And this was in a Peter Davison story. And actually, no, it wasn't. It was in the same story as Ken Dodd. Yeah, I know. A Happiness Patrol. I know. It's Sylvester McCoy. I do apologise. I know. Amazing. I was shutting the back. Now, sadly, they had to try and cut around my bit, as in leave it in, because I was an excellent extra because I matched the scenery. But I had to cut around me, because, you ready for this? I kept on sneezing. Yeah, that is true. Me, Albert Flowerpot, kept on sneezing. I went, achoo, achoo, every time they went, action, achoo, action, achoo, action, achoo. We had 4 hours, achoo, achoo. By the end of it, they went, right, I'm not going to say action. I didn't sneeze. Hooray! But you can still see me sneezing because, well, they were doing the scene, it went really swimmingly, and they pushed me further back, to be fair. But you can only just about see me sneezing, going, achoo! And that was my one-time fame induction before I got this new gig, obviously. Now, one of the other things that's happened to me recently, this happened like last week or so. I was out in the park. I went down to London to try an audition to be a Red Nose Day presenter. I went down to London too because I also was doing some meetings and I said I'll record the self tape from down there. So I went to Regency Park, or whatever the park is closest to Television Centre, because I was also appearing on Lorraine, but they had too many guests after days, or they said come back in 3 months. And by that point, my book should be out, so I should really have something to promote, really, other than my podcast. But I'd rather promote my book than my podcast. And so I was walking, and this is weird. So I don't know much, it's like, I don't know much about London and all, but what I do know is that in London, there is zoos. And I was walking in the woods one day. I was walking in the park. La 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 la, because I was having a stroll. Because I wanted to get prepared for my interview. Pint, pot, a pickle, pinty, pot. La 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 la. Hey! And I wanted to walk, and I'm walking. And there. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a statue of a flamingo. I walk over. I stroke it to see what it's made of. Because I'm curious like that. Anyway. Turns out, it was a live flamingo. And somehow, by stroking it, to be fair, I did flick it first, I angered it. So you see me running, ah, ah, and it's me running away from a flamingo. Ah, ah, ah. I nearly tripped over several times. Ah, 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 ah. And it was like, what on earth? How is it going to run over by a flamingo?